athletic ability. My mother saw a low self-esteem that was wise enough to get me involved in something that would have built it. And I started modeling at 12. And that was when I no longer cared about being teased, about being told. Jolly Yellow Giant, Big Tree, Bigfoot, Chinese banana, whatever you could think of as you call me. When I got that first check, along the way, because I know my mother was young when she had me, and never really healed from her death of her mother, which started a trickle event of other things. At the age I approached, when I became the age she was, she lost her mother, she lost her blueprints, raising me, and lost her will. And I pretty much had to kind of survive on my own. It doesn't always come back from the source you get. Yes. But it does come back. Yes. So, as a little kid, we was the golden rule. And I literally had to hold on to that. So no matter how mean the bullies were to me, I still was trying to follow the techniques of Jesus and took the other cheek. So not to fight back. When my mother had to go to the office quite a few times. Calling on me. I didn't start it, but I guess I was on drug finish. I was glad that the time came where she didn't have to go and see about me for those reasons. But I think it was really 12 years old. 12 was a poignant year for me. One, I really got the messages from the Gospels. She took me out of public school. That was the first day. Long strike. And even on her limited income, she found a way to get me out of school. And I was at Lutheran school. But it was not so much that I'll get down and I repeat all that stuff, but it was that teach the gospel. And I was reading that and it hit me. I said, I can't be the bully. No, Jesus wouldn't do that. So even before it was popular, what would Jesus WWJD? Yeah. I was thinking it at 12. I can't be the bully anymore. I can't fight back. I gotta do it. So that's when the change happened. But when that change happened, people started bullying me and being me, and I always said, every challenge and trouble, God always gives me a smile. And my first, I got for smiling. Something miraculous, incredible, lovingly and encouraged. Always gave me something. When something went bad, when something harsh happened to me, in my silence in my room when I cried, he always found a way to give something good to let me know I love you. I didn't do that to you, but I'm going to take care of you. So don't allow things that happen in your past to always think I come from God. And I always say that every challenge and trouble, God always gives me a smile. And my first, I got for smiling. Something, and I always say that every challenge and trouble, God always gives me a smile. And my first, I got for smiling. Something miraculous. And I always say that every challenge and trouble, God always gives me a smile. And my first, I got for smiling. Something miraculous. I'm 4 years old, and I made a pact with God. And that's sanctuary. One day, the last time when my mom went missing, she dropped me off for practice, and I was left here alone, literally alone. They waited and waited and waited. She forgot to me. And they waited for me, and literally, I was here in the church. This is the most spookiest the church has ever been to being in. And I can talk about myself. And I went in that sanctuary, and I knelt on the altar. And I had 50 cents in my pocket, and I put it on the altar. Amen. And I said, God, if you can get me through this, I know you can get me through anything. That's been my mantra from that day forward. And I'm sure that that's going to come. Oh. So I'd like to tell you had 2 children. Thought life was going well. And I woke up and realized I was in a nightmare.
Oh.
And what seems like at the beginning was going to be, we want to raise both of us were products of divorce. Wanted to raise our kids together and bring them up in the church. And somehow that plan got changed. I didn't change it. It got changed. It was one of my things. They were going to school, and they're home. He told me he was going to find us a house. I said, "Oh no, you want to leave? Kids and I staying here. You go find your house."
Yes, yes.
But it's a 6,000 square foot house. I ain't got no job. So, but kids graduated, got one in junior, still at UOT, still in private school, still in that house, and I'll show the rest.
We all grow. We said when we decided to do this, we're gonna learn to hear it all together, and we're gonna all grow together.
We grow through it.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. We grow
Get
through it.
and grow through it.
We grow through it.
And they say, and you know, what's that thing they say? You don't look nothing like what you've been.
You know what? And you know what? And I was so glad, even Pauline George, every time I see her since freshman year of college, she walks with grace and with her head up, and no matter what. The one thing you always walk with grace. Always. That's the only thing I can say. It's like,
see, I didn't think you liked me. You never spoke.
That's right.
And the whole thing is, you never know. And every time I meet somebody, I always just pick out something good about them, whether I speak or not. No. You always pick out these. But I do speak. Well, everybody here knows I speak here. So,
I say that lovingly, lady.
But you know what? Thank you, Carol. And yes, we're going to be talking about solutions, but every now and you got to stop and Mother, thank you.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes, Mom.
I love that, because we never.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we got our finalists, our final panel members, and as I said, we have our like-made better experts here. This woman here, who I'm going to bring up, I'm very, very honored to be able to call her.
Number two, I can stand up here and I can elocute as these ladies so eloquently did it. But I chose to write my feelings because I have never had the opportunity to expose myself with transparency in front of so many women. So you're not going to be like a Baptist preacher on me and raise your finger at me. Witness, keep from crying. I may cry. I don't know because it's the first time I'm doing this. So ladies, please bear with me because I am going to read because this is my heart on my paper.
This is your turn to be comfortable. And we're going to love you. Let me get my water from my house.
Oh, Lord, okay. First, I would just like to thank God because it is He who is the reason that I, as well as all of us, are still here.
Yeah.
For it is His glory that is in our stories. It is His tests that have become our testimonies. And what was meant for our elimination, God used it for our elevation. Amen. And so I first thank Him. Secondly, I thank the visionaries, Kathy and Gail, for their inspiration and perspiration in bringing together women in such an organic fashion to bear witness that our struggles are more alike than we are different. Thirdly, this is a public thank you to all of the sister girlfriends who supported each of us while we were in our private hell. I think a lot of you know, a lot of you know who you are. And last but certainly not least, to my sisters, God's illustration of what happens when he shows up and shows out. Who are not only victorious in their respective recoveries, but have the guts to be transparent with their vulnerabilities in front of all of you. I am blessed to be on this panel. And so begins my story. This is the first time, as I said, that I am publicly in this type of venue telling my story. And I truly hope
incredible women. But as she was saying, we all have stories to tell, and it's just really incredible. I just like to give the expertise that I would like to give is that, when I lost my sister on Panel 103. That was in Knoxville, Scotland. She was on that plane. When I was married and I got a divorce, because sometimes it's the process that brings you down, that's going through the divorce, and then sometimes it can be what happens after, and sometimes it can be what happens before, and sometimes it can be a combination. But for everybody, it's different. But and then I lost, brothers from cardiovascular disease, my dad from cardiovascular disease, and so I'm a health and wellness advocate. So I feel like that we get attacked by the enemy most of the time because the enemy wants to take our faith away, wants to take love away because God is love, and also too wants to attack our body. And if you attack our body, a lot of those things, a lot of confusion come into our minds when we're sick and we're not well. So when I went through those things that I went through, and I've helped other people through those through their issues as well, we just really bear in on the devil by working out and worshiping. That's right. We put the foot on the devil's head by working out and worshiping. You cannot attack my body. Because if you attack my body, a lot of times that's attacking my mind. It affects your finances. It affects your relationships. Whether it's brother, sister, husband, wife, or whatever, it affects everything. If you have high blood pressure, you're walking around screaming at everybody. I don't know if anybody's ever in here have high blood pressure, because I know a lot of people do. Now, right now, having high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, everything is going around everywhere.
Oh, that was part of yours?
Yes.
That's why I love her. I make such a beautiful lady, and I just love you, and just from day one, when I met you, when you came in my office, and I was the secretary, and Carol came and embraced me, and just,
In order for me to be successful, in order for me to have something, I had to have a spouse. I had to have that mate. I had to have that man. And then we can go out and do it together. And so I had to leave those things in the past, those thoughts in the past, because those weren't real. I've accomplished so many things financially. I mean, coming from this city, a lot of us. I mean, coming from welfare, like for myself, just being able to get rid of that. I had the same case numbers from the time that I came out of my mama's womb. And being able to get rid of it. Just being able to let that go. Like you said, leave it in the past. And so let's capture that. Let's capture the love that we have for ourselves. Let's capture the rewards that we have given ourselves. You know, reward yourself. The fact that you know that you're getting up and going out and doing what you love to do, period. Stop beating yourself up. There's plenty of people to do it. Life is already hard enough without you making it harder.
But she always looked like $1 million. Always on, like I said, a lady in grace. Always walk like that from day one. And I didn't even know you left town. I didn't see you for years. Yeah.
So when we left you off, you had happy.
The crazy thing is that the job, when I took the job at the agency, it was about 4 titles below where I started and a whole lot of money less. But I'm here to tell you I am a vice president, much higher title than any of the jobs that I've ever had in the past, even when I was at NBC, and making more money than I did there. And so my strategy for recovery was really about what my grandmother and my mother taught me, was to just do not, under any circumstance,